And today, joining me is going to be the Princess Lady K, the evil Spock bunny herself, Miss Cassara Croft. Miss Cassara, how are you doing today?
Peach.
You're peachy keen. How peachy keen are you? You're not even coming through, darling, through your mic. Turn your volume up just a little bit. The one on top. There you go. Keep going up this way. All right, now talk.
Hi.
No, I don't have you, baby. I don't have you at all. What is going on? No, shouldn't be. We've got some technical issues, but we are going to get them worked out. I promise you, it's going to happen. So let's find out. Did you output it? Output it? Yes, it is outputted. It's monitored and outputted. So it should be coming through perfectly for us then. I don't know why it's not. So you can hear it. Can you talk and hear yourself?
Up on the TV that I can't see.
So a minute ago it was working directly, but now it's not. I don't know what's going on. I got your volume all the way up over here on this side. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't even have you moving on the meter. So that's why I was saying I need to check and see. Let me pull mine up. You got yourself muted. Click it.
Oh, I haven't touched it.
That's what it is. She muted herself.
I didn't mute myself.
She muted herself. Yeah, you did. You were the only one fiddling with the mic. Talk to me now.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
But I haven't touched it.
Oh, but you did. All right, now we're going to turn your gain back down because I can hear you. You're really loud. You're going to turn it this way just to hear. About right in there. All right, now talk to me.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Spock Bunny. I can hear you really well, actually. So let's talk about July 6th. Let's talk about Saturday, July 6th. We took a trip up to La Follette, Tennessee. We had a great time at the Sportatorium. SPCW was taking place 157 Myers Lane in La Follette, Tennessee. We went because we were invited by Evan Golden, the Golden Child himself. He was doing a 2 out of 3 falls match there with Johnny Poke. No joke, Johnny Poke is how they called him. And that's really why we went. We were asked to go, and I just told him, yeah, we were going to come up.
And it was a pretty location,
too.
It's
gorgeous. Gorgeous drive, gorgeous place going up through Jacksboro, the backside of Jacksboro and in. It's just a great little location. The downtown area was really, really pretty. It was an old school downtown area for Tennessee. It looked really nice. And we ended up, before the show, we ended up eating at Pizza, took some photos, just had some fun. And that was
have the pizza.
You gotta have your pizza. That's right, baby. We had to have our pizza. So we went up there as just some spectators, just having some fun, and we had a great time. So if you guys haven't caught our Facebook page, if you guys haven't seen it on our YouTubes or TikTok and all that stuff, just come on in and join the fun and just scroll down. Just click on my name, scroll down, you'll see it, or click on her. Princess Lady K is Cassara Croft on Facebook. Your TikTok is
Princess Lady K. 24 or 32. I don't remember. I said it. I'm gonna have to put it like on a sticky note or something.
I'm gonna make her stick it so she can do it. Well, what you can't find on hers, you can find on mine. That's at Camel Toe Adventures, all one word all together.
Don't make fun of me.
So we kind of tag team there, but we had a great time. Dr. Joe Briggs was actually in the World Heavyweight Championship match for him. And there's a little controversy that took place there, but he ended up winning that title in that, Four Corners match that was taking place, Bull Rope Four Corners match to be exact. He reached out to me a little bit afterwards, after he was telling me that he was sorry that it wasn't as good of a match and he didn't put on as good of a match as he thought he could.
I think he did great.
He did wonderful. They both did. Mike Kilgannon was his opponent, and they both did excellent selling that match, trying to get it over. And he was absolutely right. He said that you are limited when you got the rope attached to you, to the moves that you can do and what you can do when you have that stuff. That's absolutely right. You are. You're
safety risks and everything.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. There's lots of stuff there.
And that was the first time that I've seen one with a rope done between the two opponents.
Yeah, and it makes kind of a difference too when it's like that. I've seen a couple of them. I've seen Dusty Rhodes do it a few times. I saw Super Sharp Billy Graham do it a long, long time ago. I'm dating myself now. How old I am.
How old are you?
I'm really old. I'm really, really old.
You are not. I'm a year younger than you.
I'm old, fart old. That's how old I am. But they had an excellent match. The Stu Crew and the Hughes brothers probably brought down the house the best. The most heat of the night that took place was on the Stu Crew directly. So Zach and Dylan, y'all did an excellent job getting everything that you needed from the crowd, from the kids. I mean, that was one thing that I really respected is the entire front row all the way around the ring was kids. I mean, kids. We were sitting in the second row. There was a couple adults that were with them. And of course, they had
like in between, but yeah.
Yeah, they got to be accompanied by adult. But Zach and Dylan did a great job getting the heat and getting it started. And when you're getting heat from kids, like 6, 7,
you're
8,
doing something good.
You're doing something right, baby. So Zach and Dylan was doing something extremely right. Tyler Shoup defended his American Championship versus Adrian Thomas, the Crocodile himself. And we've got footage of that all up on our Facebook page, both of ours, Kassira Croft and Joseph D. Hughes. You can catch mine just like it's spelled right underneath there if you want to go back down and scroll through and see what's going on with it. But Tyler Shoup did an excellent job. He really got the crap kicked out of him for most of the match, to be honest with you. Adrian Thomas was giving him the business.
Day game, though.
He did. He absolutely did.
You can tell he's been training harder.
He's been training harder. That's right. He sure has. He's been doing a lot of good stuff, though. And I think the highlight of that match was when he started his comeback. It really just started pushing itself out there and moving itself through and going through.
His moves are so fluent.
Yeah.
And it flows.
Yeah.
And it went really smooth. And the transition
was super smooth.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect transition. Now, I know that some scheduling conflicts took place. Andrew Thomas was not. He was on the card, but he was not there in person. So they had to do some fill-ins real quick, and they picked up the Notorious Storm. The Notorious Storm had actually 2 matches in there. He had a singles match at the very beginning, and he did so well that they let him go ahead and make his name known in a tag team match that came a little bit later on with Max Abel, And the Weaver and the Pain, of course, was their opposite side. And both sides did wonderful. The Notorious Storm did wonderful. The Weaver and the Pain did great. Max Abel did wonderful. Max was all over the place, being the bad guy, the good bad guy that he is, as always.
The kids were yelling and booing and everything with him and calling him crybaby. And it was funny.
Yeah, they're always after him for some reason. They're always on his case, which he is a bad guy. Max Abel is always the bad guy, always going to be that dude. So you got to take it as a grain of salt when you go through. KJ Impala was there, and he was facing Money Making Shay, and he actually defended his title against Money Making Shay and won. KJ Impala put on a great show that was there as well. So, I mean, they had lots of good stuff that took place for them. Were there some minuses? Every place has some minuses. You can always find negative anywhere that you go, looking for anything that you're doing and moving forward with anything that you're going. There's always going to be something that's going to be negative. You know what it was? It's hot, but they had a great job. It was actually a lot cooler than some of the places that we have been recently because they were able to open their garage doors up. They were able to put fans in front of them and blow it. And they had a bunch of fans coming through, and it was a lot cooler. And their concessions were fair. It was not overpriced concession. It wasn't $10 for a 20-ounce bottle of water, It wasn't like that, or a 16-ounce bottle of water. Some places we've been to have been like that, and I refuse to pay the price.
Or just a bag of chips was like $2.
Yeah. So I mean, they were extremely fair. They were very family friendly. They had a lot of good stuff that went on there.
What I like was the interaction with one of the slaps with one of the opponents where they had the little kid come up and slap him, and that just made the little kid's day. He was so happy.
Made him so happy. Get him involved. And, that's how you make wrestling fans for life. Not only wrestling fans for life, but you make fans of yourself. Oh, yes. And it left a long-lasting impression with the crowd. Everything that took place there, it was just
I mean, the face of that child
it
just
lit up.
Yeah. Yes.
He
And he was like,
glowed. He realized that he was part of the show and that he could glow and that he could do something. And that was very, very special for them. Dr. Joe Briggs had his wife get involved as well. You know, she was out there acting as his manager. And of course, you know, in that bull rope match, they threw him outside the ring, and then he was able he threw Kilgannon outside the ring, and then he was choking him from one side, and then his wife got involved and slapped him because there was no disqualification. You know,
slapped him twice.
Yes, hard.
And you can see the video footage.
Absolutely, we've got it on our Facebook page. We've got it. I don't have it on TikTok yet. I do have it on my Facebook page, and she's got it on her Facebook page, and we've also tagged them. So if you're looking for Joe Briggs, tag him, check his tags out, and you will see it. Check out SPCW's tags as well, because we tagged a lot of things under SPCW as well.
All the matches.
Everyone that we've got, everyone that we were recording, and they were so gracious with us and gave us freedom, told us to move. The gentleman that we spoke to at the very beginning, he told me, he said, there's a hard cam on the left-hand side of their building whenever you're looking at the ring. He said, just don't get in front of the hard cam. And he said on the opposite side, they had a camera set up in front of one of the garage doors. Don't get in front of that camera. So we respected their wishes and hope that they would allow us to come back at a later date at some point in time to help them out, because we really enjoyed ourselves. We had a great time, and it was very fair price to get in. So adult tickets were $12, and that covered everything. Now, they did have some reserves. Like I said, the front row was completely reserved all the way around the ring for the kids. Somebody had already prepaid for those seats. But it's the same price. Doesn't matter if you're front row, middle row, back row. If you want to sit in the big chairs, the little chairs, it don't matter. You're paying $12 to get in as an adult, and that's pretty fair, especially for some good professional wrestling.
And it was packed.
Yeah, kids tickets 6 through 12 were $6, and it was packed. It was packed. So I know that in the past, I've been there in the past. I just went there as a fan in the past, and it wasn't as packed as it was that night. So they've definitely been building their promotion and doing a lot of better stuff by building their promotion and making sure that they're getting better quality wrestlers, better quality product, a better quality overall. And they've really marketed themselves good on the internet as well. And they're doing events. Like if you were to go to the SPCW page, you have an option to fill out for the events, and you can tell them who you would like to see, and they will quote you a price to bring it to your town. I mean, that's a real blessing right there, because, you know, they got to get bonded. Everybody's got to be bonded in Tennessee. So they've got to get their bond, and then they've got to be allowed on the property in order to set up. So that's a real blessing for them, that they have the option to move and do some other things besides just a sportatorium. And hopefully it'll pick up for them. I really hope it will, because it was a great show overall. They did an excellent job.
Yeah, all the wrestlers did a fantastic job.
Fantastic. A top-notch job. And it wasn't slapping and kicking and it was a mixture of everything. Yeah, you had everything that could go through in wrestling that happened, but it wasn't just a night full of this. You know, like slapping yourself, slapping your arms. And that's a big difference on how you perceive professional wrestling from somebody that came from the ring, that's been out there through it, and then moving through. Is I've seen a lot of matches here, particularly recently, and I'm not trying to trash anybody. I'm just going to say it, but there was one particular promotion we went to that it was just slap, 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 slap every time when somebody was kicking, punching, doing everything. And I'm old school. Like, we were taught if you're throwing a punch, you stomp it, you know, you slap it if you have to, you give the forearm, you make the click, you make it sound. But yeah, they did an excellent job overall. I'm not upset with them at all.
I don't have anything to complain about.
I can't complain about it either. I actually would hope to be able to come back one day to them and be able to be a part of the promotion with them in some form or some fashion, just like we were that night that we were invited for Mr. Evan Golden. Now, I will say this, since we're on the subject of the Golden Child himself. So I think that there was a senior referee who got a little bit too involved inside one of them.
A little?
Just a smidge, you know, just a smidge. Got a little bit involved there, a little bit too much. And it cost the Golden Child his first loss to Johnny Pope. And that was
that's evidence.
Oh, and we've got it. It's on video. There's more than one source that has it on video. So SPCW has it on video. We both have it on video. And A lovely lady named Ashley has it on video too. She caught the whole thing as well. So I'm telling you right now, there's more than one source. There's more than an opportunity for him to be able to say that it was interference and it was cheating, and he has the opportunity to have a rematch with him. And I hope he does. I hope he goes back through and let's only a joke Johnny Pope know that he's still the golden child, 24 karat golds, baby. Give him that afterburner, Evan, one more time. That's what I'm saying. So I'm drinking some mineral water tonight. It's not alcoholic, non-alcoholic. It's all carbonated mineral water. But I'm trying to be a little bit more healthier while we're on stream here.
I'm not. I have Pepsi.
But and everything out of glass is better. Just want to tell you. You catch this at Love's. If you guys get this at Love's, it's in those plastic bottles. It does not taste like the glass when it's cold. The glass is so much better. But that's what we're drinking tonight. I mean, Insane Dane had an awesome match. Awesome match. Kind of threw together a little bit there, but you know, he did a great job getting the crowd involved, getting them started, getting them moving, getting them pumped up, and the crowd really loved him. They chanted for him the whole night. They were ready for him from the time that he walked through to the time that he left. So I've got to give Insane Dane a shout out too.
Not only that, but the guy in front of us was an older guy wearing like one of those fisherman hats, and he pulled one out of his jacket to put it on him.
And he put it on, wore it around the ring, did his little stuff, got up on the turnbuckles. You know, showed his pop out, and the crowd loved it. And he had all the kids too. He had all the kids captive. He did a really good job of making sure that he's in there. So you can tell that, you know, he's made his presence known in SPCW. You know, Southern Pride Championship Wrestling is who we're talking about. He made his presence definitely known there. Not only known, but he made it to the point of he was a mainstay for him. So, you know, that's a good thing for him. I really appreciate, you know, good wrestling that's like that, getting kids involved. You know, the biggest thing is, you know, when I was growing up, it was all pre-recorded in tapes. Like, you know, somebody would record the pay-per-views or they'd record the matches, and then they'd bring it. We'd all sit around, you know, a television. I'm dating myself. I told you I'm a dinosaur, guys. VHS dinosaur. So we would sit around a television, you know, a small little 22-inch television, or if you had the cabinet ones that weighed like 500 pounds, you'd sit around that sucker.
I have the down knob on the TV. Yes, I remember that.
And you put it in. You put your tape into the VHS. This sounds so old school now. And they'd press play, and you'd watch whatever matches they pre-recorded, you know, for everything. And I've told y'all in the past, my most memorable one was the Hart Foundation for SummerSlam versus Demolition that they did. 2 out of 3 falls. I don't remember the exact year that it was, but that's my most memorable, you know, that I can remember, you know, being involved and wanting to be a wrestling fan by the way that it was set up, by the way Gorilla Monsoon was talking, by the way Bobby the Brain Heenan acted, but just by the way it was portrayed by Vince McMahon on commentary. It was a different time for sure, but it was a time that got me hooked as a wrestling fan as a kid. I was not into Earthquake. I was not into Hulk Hogan. Not at that point in time. Later, I did. I got involved.
I was in Hulk Hogan. I was, or The Rock. Yeah.
Hey Keith, what's going on, buddy? We're just talking about some stuff here. But that's what really got me involved in it. And I said that to say this is now the internet's changed everything. You know, you can go with your phone and record something, put it out immediately, and it can be in every home across America and every home across, you know, instantly. It doesn't matter, you know. And so that's the biggest thing that's really changed is versus gathering like 13 or 14 people at your house and everybody sitting around that console TV. It was great to see you too at SPCW. The Spock Buddy loves seeing you there as well. We're hoping to return soon. I don't know exactly what our schedule is going to be until I know we're at Championship One Wrestling in McDonald, Tennessee this weekend, but we definitely would love to return soon. We were talking about that just a little bit earlier, Keith. But they did an excellent job. But that's how we got into wrestling. That's exactly how we got into wrestling, was sitting around those old console TVs, VHSs, and everybody glued to it. And then you'd find your favorite match afterwards, and you'd have to borrow that tape for whoever had it. And you'd watch it over and over. Yes, that's what we did all the time. So that's my most memorable was the Hart Foundation versus Demolition 2 out of 3 falls. And that's the one that sticks out in my mind as this is what's really got me into wrestling. It's what really started me was Bret Hart and Jimmy Amel Neidhart versus Axe Smash and Crash for Demolition, all 3 of them. And it was great. Oh, the main event, we were talking about that earlier as well. Joe Briggs versus Mike Kilgannon was awesome. Awesome main event, especially for a bull rope match. You don't get to see them very often. But it was a wonderful match that they put on together, Keith. A great match that they put on together. They definitely had good chemistry inside the ring. They worked with the ability that they had or the lack thereof because of the bull rope that was there. But they worked in it really well, and they made sure that they could both get the moves off that they needed to get off and tell the story that they needed to tell in a proper way. And they did an awesome job. So.
See, I'm a klutz. I would have been so tied up in that thing. I would be like,
she said I'm a klutz.
Like there would be no anything. As soon as I step into the ring, I'll be all tied up.
Yeah, that would probably be me too, to be honest with you now, especially taking steps out and not being in the ring for so long. It would, everybody gets ring rust after a while, and I'd probably have some real bad ring rust. And just putting just a smidge. No, it would be heaps and heaps of so, but after going through all that stuff and trying to help out, one of the things that they were doing right, of course, they had the promotion that was going on there for the lady who was going for the school board district. And they did a promotion outside with them where they were giving away free hot dogs and free water at the very beginning of the show. And they did a good job trying to promote it and trying to get it out there and get the word out there. Now, I'm kind of a purist, so I go back to my snob days when I say something. It's nothing against Miss Jessica, who was there, so please don't take this in offense, SPCW, because I'm not trying to crap on your product. I think you did what you had to do for what you had to do. But the old saying is leave politics out of everything, because the minute it comes in, you start losing people.
Well, if you notice, nobody was saying anything, even when she was going through her stunts with the other wrestler guy,
Max Abel. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like they were just watching. They didn't know what to do or what to say or anything.
Well, they weren't prepared for it. They thought that she was just going to make her speech and leave, and I think that was the thing that kind of got them is they did what they had to do to make it seem like she cared about wrestling, and that which she may be there every week. I don't know if she is or not. But they did what they had to do to make it seem like she actually cared about wrestling, cared about the fans, and cared about the kids. And that's great. That's fine and dandy. But you kind of leave politics to the side. It doesn't matter, because if you're a Republican or a Democrat or independent, that's nobody else's business. Nobody else's business whatsoever that's going on. But they allowed it, so you have to give them props, because at least they're willing to put a candidate forward and try to get people to acknowledge the candidate and try to get some traction for that candidate from people that normally wouldn't vote for somebody in general. So I have to say that they're at least willing to try, but it could hurt their bottom line overall. Especially if the people that are there know who she is and know her past and know different things. Because that politics is dirty. It's just dirty. That's why they say leave politics out of everything. So, Keith, you said, what was your thoughts on the Stu Crew and the Hughes Brothers match? I actually think it was the best match of the night, to be honest with you.
I like the Stu Crew, but I really like the brothers.
You like the Hughes Brothers a lot?
I did.
Wow. That's surprising. So we were talking about that just a little bit earlier, Keith. So the Stu Crew did everything right, especially when you're getting little kids to give you that much heat. You did something great. Oh, it was a wonderful show. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you being here, buddy. So the Stu Crew has done some wonderful stuff here recently. We saw them at Piledriver Pro Wrestling last week. A couple weeks before that, we saw them at the Decatur event that took place for JCP.
I've seen them everywhere.
We've seen them all over the place. And this had the most pop for them, the most hatred for them, the most heat for them. I mean, it had everything that you want from a good heel tag team, somebody that's going to be there. And I think a lot of it had to do with how they aligned themselves with Joe Briggs the week before. And it caused other people to decide how they felt about them because of the alliance that took place with Joe Briggs the week before.
I love them coming out when he won his title, Mr. Briggs.
Emily Ledford says, "Hi, Casera. We miss you. I need you to come to a show."
Hey.
Hi. So I think that the Hughes brothers, sorry, I about said the Hughes crew. The Hughes brothers did an excellent job, though. They were fantastic inside the ring. Their moves were very precise. It looked like they had wrestled a lot with the Stu crew. I mean, you could tell the chemistry was there. There was a lot of chemistry there.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just put over and very sloppy and put together. You could tell these boys have worked together in the past and worked together a lot in the past. And they are definitely TV ready on both ends. The Stu crew and the Hughes brothers are TV ready. That's my personal opinion. But if I was going to book somebody for a show on television and I needed a tag team, I needed two of them, these would be the two that I would book together because their chemistry is so great together. Emily says, "I worked with her at Life Bridges. I want to check out a show soon with my family." So where would you suggest them going to if you had to tell them?
Well, I would say come to C1W, which is on Saturdays.
Yes, that's right. Saturday, the doors open at 7 p.m. The bell time is 8 p.m. C1W is located at 130 McDonald School Road in McDonald, Tennessee. Tickets are $8 for everybody. Kids 5 and under are always free. They have concessions starting between 7:20 and 7:30, and they run the entirety of the show or until they're sold out. You can cash app them at the door, so that is a plus for them. But if you use a credit card, there's a 50-cent surcharge on all credit cards that go through. So we're plugging Championship One Wrestling right now, and they had some great barbecue. Oh, my God.
And I'll be there this Saturday, Emily, if you want to come down with your family. It'd be good to see all of y'all.
Be good to see everybody. Come on out and say hi to us. Now, it's going to be hot, so dress appropriately. Bring your fans, bring some misters, bring whatever you got to bring in with you to keep yourself cool. But definitely come out and see us. We'd love to see you, talk to you, and have everything go on. But Championship One Wrestling was a great place to be. Now, we were talking about the Stu crew and the Hughes brothers, how they meshed together and how everything went extremely well with them. But like I said, if I was going to pick, if I had to book a show and I needed two tag teams or a set of tag teams to run a match, they would be perfect for it. They just had everything together and then some. I'm not dissing the Weaver and the Pain on that front. I don't want you to think that Weaver and Pain, Daniel Sutton, I know you guys are awesome. You guys are TV ready as well. You guys have everything down that you need to have down.
You're so funny.
And you're funny. You're hilarious. Just the way you act, the way that you guys hold
you present yourself and everything.
Yeah, you guys put on a great show too, and you guys did put on a great show this Saturday against Max Abel and the Notorious Storm.
And y'all were like portraying yourselves as the good guys for once, because usually when we see y'all are the bad guys. So hearing people cheer for you is different.
Extremely different. But you know what? You worked your butt off in that territory to get to that point, and they've got a good storyline going for you, and it's worked out for your favor, Bobby Mitchell and Daniel Sutton, Wayne Moxie, I should say. It's worked out for you guys extremely well. So we're extremely proud to be there and be a part of that and see that. And see, we saw you guys at Piledriver Pro last week, where you guys actually took on the Stu crew in a titles versus titles match that did not end so well, I should say. But you guys did an excellent job there as well. So, we've been to a lot of places here recently. We saw a lot of good stuff, had a lot of good experiences, I should say.
A lot of good memories.
And we got to travel. We got to travel together. We love traveling together. We got to eat at good places together.
Pizza Hut.
Woo! That's right. just a smidge. But overall, I'm going to say if you guys are in the area, if you guys are out there in La Follette, if you're in Jacksboro, you guys are going on your way to Lexington. You guys are trying to find a way from Knoxville to see some good wrestling. This would be a great place for you guys to go. So they're located, the Sportatorium is SPCW Sportatorium. It's located at 157 Myers Lane in La Follette, Tennessee. The doors normally open at 6 p.m. The bell time is normally 7 p.m. for them up there. And the way it goes is you're going to turn left on a road, and it's going to look like some factories is what it looks. Some still metal buildings. The first section you're going to turn into and go all the way down to the end, and it's going to be a red building on the left-hand side.
If you went to the church, you went too far.
Yeah, if you go to the Baptist church, you've gone too far. There's a Baptist church that's at the end of the road that curves, goes around a curve. You've gone definitely too far if you've done that. But that's going to be a great place for you guys to come on out and check out.
And the drive is so beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous going up. So we come from Cleveland, Tennessee, right? So we rode 75 all the way up, and we had to get on 40 a little bit and move around and all that. But once we got on 75 and then got off on 323, I think it was.
I think so.
It might have been 331. But on one of those two numbers is either 323 or 331. Once we got off on that exit to Jacksboro going towards La Follette, it was gorgeous all the way
up.
The
mountains and everything,
yes.
The hillsides.
Yes, just a gorgeous drive to go up there. So we encourage you guys, if you're out traveling, looking for a good place to go, some good wrestling, that would be a great place for you guys to go. Of course, we mentioned Championship One Wrestling in McDonald, Tennessee. If you guys are on the southern side down here, that'd be a great place for you guys to go as well. We would love to have you guys come out and be a part of that as well. Is there anywhere that you would like to mention or give a shout out to? Any place we've been that you like the most?
I have so many. I like them all. I can't just pick one. But I do. I guess if I had to pick, it might be Decatur, the one that we went there.
Yes. So the NWA JCP, which is Joe Kazana Promotions, put on a great show at McMinnville Elementary School that was out there in Decatur, Tennessee. Now, they normally do it at the high school, but I don't know what was going on that they couldn't book it. But they had a packed house at the elementary school, and it was a fun show. And it was packed. It had a bunch of stars there, which they're getting ready to do another show the 19th. So next weekend, they're going to get ready to do that. Let me see if I can.
Well, that would be the location. Person-wise, I would do a shout-out to Audrey.
Audrey Allen.
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
I just really like her.
You really like her. Well, she's very talented. She's
very personable and charismatic, and she is trying to get her name out there, and she's doing a great job at it. Especially at the Decatur one, they're like, "What is your name?" And she's like, "Oh, it's this," and they're like, "Yes."
Yeah, they really loved her. She was at the tables for a long time too, so they had it set up to where you walked in the gym. The tables kind of made an L shape. Going around the backside to the bleachers and then the front row seating. And she was at the table for a long time conversing with everybody. And we got to speak to her. We got to talk to her for a little bit. And she told me that she enjoyed her match that she had in Harriman. We told her that we got to see her at Harriman Heat, which was a JCP event as well. And she tagged with Ricky Morton, the living legend, Ricky Morton. And she told me that was one of the most fun matches that she's ever had in her life, and she would love to do it again.
It looked like she had a fun time there.
She really did. She really had a great time there. So I would say that as well. But speaking about JCP, coming up, I told you the 19th, Friday, July 19th, the bell time's going to be at 8 p.m. at the Texas Troubadour Theater. That's located at 2416 Music Valley Drive, Nashville, Tennessee. Now, they've got 4 different sets of tickets that you can buy for this event. So they've got VIP front row, which includes, meet and greet and signings, photos, all that fun stuff. They have VIP general admission, which you'll still do a meet and greet, but you won't get photos, you won't get signatures, none of that. They've got front row, which is $30. So the VIP front row is $40. The VIP general admission is $35. The regular front row is $30. They consider the first 3 rows front row. So I'm just telling you that up front. You're going to get between 1, 2, or 3, but you're going to be in front row somewhere. And then general admission is going to be $20 for that show as well. And it's going to include the country gentleman, the champion, Silas Mason, the Thrillbilly, is going to be there. Jax Dane is supposed to be there. Chase Stevens is supposed to be there. Kinsey Page is supposed to be there. Colby Carter is going to be there. The Stu Crew is going to be there. They are going to be representing their tag team champions, their tag team championships there as well. And very many more are going to be at that show at the Troubadour. And then also in August, they've got the war that's going to be taking place for Coalfield. Coalfield Episode 5, Revenge of the SSC is what they're going to be calling it. at Coalfield High School, 1720 Coal Hill Road, Coalfield, Tennessee, is where it's going to be taking place. Aaron Stevens is supposed to be there. The Country Gentlemen are supposed to be there. The Stew Crew is supposed to be there. The Spank is supposed to be there. Lance Gittemeyer, Big L is supposed to be there, and many, 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 many more. So you guys definitely don't want to miss that. Now, I don't know what their ticket pricing is for that show. I can't see it. It's too small in this little advertisement that they got going. I think it's $20 for. I think it's the same. It's going to be $20 though for front row seating, and then the rest of it's going to be changed down a little bit. I will see if I can pull it up for you guys and really expand it to see here in just a little bit. I'll get on my phone and do that. But I know that they are going to be doing that as well in Coalfield, and they're going to be having a great time. Speaking of JCP, so we just got on that subject. That just came out of nowhere. Bloop, bloop, gone. All right. So I think we covered everything. I think we covered everything that was done. And do you want to give any special shout outs or anything or mention anything before we go?
Not that I can think of besides the ones I already did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I am definitely impressed with the Weaver and the Pain, the way that they acted this week, the way that they had the crowd. I think that that's my special shout out for the week is the Weaver and the Pain. And then Dirty Dr. Joe Briggs winning the championship.
Good for him.
That was an excellent time right there at SPCW. A great place to be to see him win that title too. So
yeah,
I can't complain too much.
And his opponent did really well.
Yes.
But you can definitely tell that he was shocked and he couldn't believe that he lost it.
He couldn't believe it at all.
He stayed sitting on that ring for a while, and then he
almost till everybody left.
Yeah, well, once everybody started getting up and they started dissipating, a lot of the kids were coming up to him saying that he did a great job and that next time though he'll get him, and so the kids were giving him motivation. Also,
they were, yeah. They definitely were out there. They were definitely set it up for another match the way that it ended. I can't give it all away, guys. You got to go back and check out SPCW. You got to check out their YouTube. You got to be able to be there in person, and you got to check out some of the reels that we made, some of the videos that we made on our pages, and you'll kind of get the hint about what happened. If you just watch it just a little bit, you'll understand. And it's definitely something that that Dirty Dr. Joe Briggs had planned. I was predicting it. I said it earlier that he's got the prescription, that he's going to be whooping asses and taking some straps, and he did that. He got a strict ready.
He gave pain.
And he did. He did it in fashion, too. He did it in great fashion. So, and on SPCW's Facebook page, if you check out, if you type into the search bar Southern Pride Championship Wrestling, hold on just a second. Let's see if we got it pulled up here. This is what it looks like at SPCW. But they've got some videos themselves with everybody. The Stew Crew, Dr. Joe Briggs talking. They've got it all. Johnny Poke. They've got Tyler Shoup out there. They got Max Abel. They've got everybody that was involved in that. KJ Impala gave his little stuff going on. So you guys can check it all out right there through their Facebook page, SPCW. And you can
and this kid that you're currently on, if you'll go up, just stop. You went too fast.
You're behind me.
Go down just a little
Where
bit. I don't know his name.
Who are you talking about?
He played against the guy from Detroit.
You're talking about this guy right here? Che?
I think so.
With the beard, long beard?
I'm talking about his opponent. Go down.
That's KJ Impala.
Well, he did very, very good.
Yeah, KJ Impala did awesome. He had an awesome match. Awesome match defending his title.
Yeah,
awesome
that guy.
Yeah, that's KJ Impala.
I don't know his name.
He's normally at AWF. I see him at AWF quite a bit. He's actually a really, really good performer, really smart performer, smart man. And he runs the circuit.
He was fast on his feet.
He was extremely quick. Extremely quick. So, shout out to KJ Impala. Congratulations on retaining that title. And hopefully you'll be back August 3rd, I believe. That's what it says right here on the video that we're showing. So, but yeah, congratulations to you, my friend, for coming out there. The Insane Dane has some stuff available. He's got some shirts and stuff available as well. His new merchandise is in. for Southern Pride Championship Wrestling. You can catch it right there on the site as well. You can see that as well. So if you're interested in getting some of that stuff going out, now, I know Tyler Sheep has the tables at every event that we go to. And the Weaver and the Pain Moxie has tables out at every event that we go to. Every event, like clockwork. The Stu Crew has tables out at every event we go to.
I think he should make like tiny little jackets for kids that glitz and sparkles just like his, so they can wear it just like him.
No.
Yes, he should
Olivia
market
jackets
it.
for the kids.
Market it. Olivia Juniors.
That's funny. That's truly funny. No, but I say no. I say that is a no-go, Spock Buddy. You'll give me one? I don't want one.
Oh, I think you do.
I don't.
It'll go really well with your all your hats that you're getting.
Oh, come on. I am a table whore. I admit it. So I go to the tables. I talk to everybody. I try to hobnob a little bit, buy some stuff. Let them know that I'm not only a fan. I'm not only somebody that's working to do video and trying to make my own name in the business as well, but also somebody that, will support them in the long run, not just by just coming to the show, but trying to buy stuff at the shows. And there's some shows that we've been to that we haven't been able to, money gets tight sometimes, but we always try to at least purchase one item at each show that we go to, the show that we've been there. Besides the tickets, you can save the tickets, but we always try to get something from them. So Adrian Thomas was selling some bracelets this week. We picked up now I've seen Adrian Thomas at least 12 or 13 times in the past year and a half. I've seen him at 3 different pro wrestling entertainment events. I've seen him at 2 NWA events. I've seen him at SPCW. I've seen him at AWF. I've seen him all over the place. He's working his butt off. I've seen him at Saul, USWO and Saul. And I never bought anything from him. And I went and talked to him a little bit. Now, he's going to be in Union City. I don't know exactly when he's going to be in Union City, but that's his next booking is Union City. I do know that. I just finally talked to him, spoke to him a little bit, and he was very personable with me. And he told me I had a little bit more money than what he had change for. And he asked me, he said, "Where are you sitting?" I showed him where we were sitting. He said, "I promise I'll bring it to you." He said, "It might be after half, but I'll bring it to you as soon as, the intermission's over with or whatever." And he was true to his word. So he brought me my money back. And I've got to say that. Shout out to him, because I've had some people tell me that in the past, and I didn't get anything back. Either they forgot, or B, they just, were hard up for cash and needed it. And, at that point, you just got to take it as a, God, they needed it more than I did. There's something going on in their life. Please just let them have it and, move on about your business. You can't be mad about it. So I've got to say that he was honest with me, and honesty goes a long way in the business. Just does. So if you're honest with people and you treat people right, it goes a long way in the business. And that's what happens. He was honest with us and went a long way with us. So I'm very, very thrilled to say that if you buy anything from him and he doesn't have the cash, talk to him and just tell him, "Hey, we're sitting over here. Just bring it to us. And as soon as he gets the cash ready for you, he's going to bring it back to you. It'll make all the difference in the world." So, good thing for Adrian Thomas there. Got to say that.
And we have his crocodile bracelet.
She's got the crocodile bracelet. So I think that's going to be it, though. I think we've covered everything. So SPCW, great place to be. If you guys are in La Follette, Jacksboro, you guys are going towards Lexington, you're out of Knoxville, just want to take a small little drive up the road, go up and see them at the Sportatorium, SPCW, 157 Myers Lane in La Follette, Tennessee. It's going to be a great place for you, great show, and they are going to be having some good stuff take place each and every time. So thank each and every one of you, each and every one of you guys, each and every one of you ladies, each and every one of you people that have come here and was a part of this with us today. I want to tell you directly, thank you guys so much for that. It means the world to me to know that you guys are here. You could be anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, talking about some wrestling, listen to us gripe and complain about some stuff that's going on. So
just having fun.
Having fun, baby. Having fun. But thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you tomorrow night. We're going to be interviewing Michael Gabriel. If everything goes smooth, he doesn't cancel on us, or we don't have to cancel on him, because I'm not trying to cancel on him if I don't have to. But tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same bat time, same bat channel. We will be going with the Guiding Lights, Michael Gabriel. and we'll be talking to him about some good stuff in wrestling, some stuff he's doing, and we definitely will get to the bottom of it. That's for sure. And remember, guys, you heard it here first. Thank you so much for being with us. Y'all have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Does it want to switch?